And it goes to show the meta that's developed throughout this tournament, ADs are just the best.
Most definitely. It's just simply the fact that they're able to push and sustain at the same time, have a long-range poke, and their all-ins are also pretty decent. I think that summarizes a decent 1v1 champion.
Yeah, and also if you look at the masteries as well that we've generally been seeing in these 1v1s, Grasp Undying further a battle, fantastic on the AD carries looking for those trades. Also Grasp Undying on Gangplank as well. Going back to the cheese, do you think any of these players are going to have it in the back pocket? We've seen a lot of these final 1v1s go down to very serious picks.
If anyone's going to pull out cheese, I think it has to be Kira. He's very good at playing the AD carries, though. That's one thing that we can see the evidence of. Obviously, he's in the semi-finals right now. But in response, on the other side, there's a chance Optimus could pull something out, but he always defaults to AD carries. He doesn't hesitate or flinch. He just locks it in.
Yeah, and Optimus has got to be feeling good after that last win as well. Like, pulling a victory that I don't think any of us really saw coming, and that all-in at the end, one of my highlights from the tournament so far, honestly. So, very excited to see this one. And remember, Kira, this is still a big deal for him. He needs to win this, go into the finals, play that best of 3, because if he wins, then they win the tournament. They go to LA.
Exactly right. It's a very big deal for these guys. And of course, Kira, he's played 2 games on Caitlyn. Hopefully Optimus has noticed that it's kind of a big deal.
Yes.
And might want to take that one off the board.
Yeah. I feel like whenever someone has played Caitlyn twice in a 1v1 tournament, they're in it to win it. Yeah. And for the right reasons, to be fair.
Yeah, the only counter could be Leona, but 0-2 so far.
Could be.
Could be. I still have faith in that matchup. Anyway, Aatrox, Blitzcrank with the first 2 bans from Optimus. Kindred and Urgot, definitely some of the meta picks we've seen from this tournament so far. And Draven.
ABC.
Could.
Easy as KUD.
Oh dear. Caitlyn will be the final ban. Actually legit bans in the end. And thinking about the Cassiopeia, I believe that Lucian is locked in as well. It is. Okay.
I think at this point he should expect the Cassiopeia from Optimus. He has played it in the past. Did a lot of work with it.
I would prefer a Draven, personally.
Well, it's banned currently, so that would be quite difficult.
It's unfortunate. He was so good at it. It's actually, he didn't get banned from him last time either, did it? He just didn't play it. Yeah.
Just opted in for the Lucian instead. I feel like Optimus, the one thing that has been subpar from his point of view has been his summoner choice. In the previous game he had Flash and Exhaust on the Lucian, which I felt was the wrong choice. He managed to win anyway. Just pick the right summoners and you will do wonders, Optimus.
Yeah, Optimus this time is currently looking at Flash Exhaust. That will probably change the next 30 seconds. Players like to do that. Kira has literally stayed on Exhaust Ignite for the entire 1v1 tournament. Has not even flinched or changed on that one. And Kira is looking very serious right now.
Well, it's a very big deal for Kira. Optimus is currently playing Gatekeeper for the Turkish side. So we'll see if he can actually pull out that Cassiopeia. The one time we have seen it succeed is when he had the flash there and basically just flashed for the last hit on the farm to end the game.
So once again, this is a game where Lucian will want to push, Cassiopeia will want to hit those Qs, reach the point where she has 100 stacks and she can win the sustained game.
And Optimus will know better than anyone to avoid the all-in of Lucian, since we saw that against Lulu earlier, even though she was so tanky. And we do have the summoners in. Interesting. So Kira, as I just mentioned, literally hasn't changed from Exhaust Ignite, has now gone for the Cleanse, it looks like. Yep, Cleanse. And then Optimus will be sticking with the Exhaust and the Flash. I do kind of like it on Cassiopeia. We didn't really see the full potential of it, because last time it was used to secure minions, but I still feel like in these matchups it can have some value.
Yeah, it's actually the best part about these 1v1s is you lock in your champions and you get time to change those summoner spells. He's gone for the Cleanser once he saw the Cassiopeia, and that is just ridiculously good against the Ultimate and Exhaust. There's nothing Cass can do if the Cleanse is timed right.
Yeah, I actually like it a lot because Kira doesn't need to have to think about the ultimate at all from Optimus. He just reaction pushes that button to get out of the stun and then carries on trading. Instead of just thinking, oh, when is he going to ult? It literally doesn't matter to Kira.
Something that is very worth mentioning, Kira just played against the Cassiopeia and he was dodging the Qs phenomenally. So he is warmed up for this matchup.
Oh, yeah.
That is a very good point. And now on Lucian as well, we'll have the E as to help out in that regard. But fairly long cooldown on that one. We'll be starting with the Light Slinger. Has secured the bush as well, so we'll get the first Q on the minion wave. I wonder if Optimus is going to look for Karasa Kira or try to push in the minion wave and try and keep even with Kira.
Optimus should look to be aggressive with the Qs. Farming is actually very hard to do on Cassiopeia. Only very good Cass players are adept at doing so because the auto attack animation travels so slow.
Just throwing boogers pretty much.
Yeah.
Very true. Kira's
Can't unsee.
no,
Thank you.
Can't unsee.
Look!
Oh, that's not good. For the rest of
Damn
my
it.
League of Legends career. Oh god. Kira though secures that level 2, dashes forwards, gets out of the way of the Noxious Blast. This is literally what you're talking about, Yamato. Kira great at dodging them, and also has a champion who can dodge around them inherently.
Of course, with Grasp of the Undying also going to have a lot of sustain, Kira. I honestly don't see many ways, given the Summoner spells in the champion matchup, even at level 6, where Optimus can actually come out ahead. I would favor Kira here 100%.
Now, the cleanse is such a wise choice, simply because you know your enemy is going to want to go for the all-in because of the mage. As, of course, Seiya talked about on stage, it's all about the cheesy all-in.
All about the cheesy all-in, but right now Optimus can't go for the all-in. He's only just now landed the Q and can never really get in range to secure constant twin fangs. He's also, Kira has also secured control of the bush. Optimus does hold onto his trinket, which is a big deal if he does go for the all-in, because he needs to see Kira if he goes for the vision juke. Kira secures the relic, putting in damage onto Optimus. Not sure if that was worth. Goes for the double tap, out of range of turret as well.
Definitely not worth for Optimus. He's taking a lot of hurt. Of course, both of these guys are running low on mana now, so it's all going to be about minion control, and this is where Kira is still going to reign supreme because he's an AD champion, and Optimus apparently throws boogers out.
Yeah. Booger's not very effective against Lucian. But actually that traded turret was so sick, literally just skirting around the tower range. And Kira goes back to his own relic as well, has secured both of them.
Optimus keeps making mistakes when the minions are under the turret of tapping them once before the turret connects. Of course, on this map, you don't do that. You wait for the turret to hit first. And he's missed about 2 or 3 CS because of it.
Optimus was actually doing this in the matchup before as well against Lulu, where he was just kind of messing up the CS and once again, Kira getting the best of these trades. He still hasn't even popped his potion, by the way. He's still holding onto the biscuit.
It's so important for Optimus to just reach the point where his passive has 100 stacks.
You what, mate?
Huh?
I guess the grace period is way longer, because it is down to 4 seconds versus 8.
Yeah.
And it's 0.1 seconds on Summoner's Rift, so slightly longer on this map. I still thought that was going to interrupt though.
Yeah, I did as well. Kira, he still has complete control. Keep that in mind. Now it's 30 to 13 in farm, and he forced Optimus to go back. He can basically go recall right now. I'm sure he's got a lot of money.
Yeah.
Sure, he's going to pick up the Doran's Blade and the Longsword. On the other hand, the thing that we need to watch out for when it comes to Optimus, when he reaches 100 stacks, his sustenance is going to excel big time.
That is a very adaptive Lucian build as well. He's playing defensive. He's actually already set his win condition farm.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's the correct approach. At this point in time, it's not about fun and games. It's all about winning consistently.
The Yamato cannon approach.
Yeah. No fun. Only victory remains. Triple biscuit, yeah. Going for probably the Hex Drinker route as well, already seeing on the normal magic. That was super good by Kira. But he did have vision. If that was on reaction, would be more impressed.
I just reminded myself of the video we saw of Kira earlier when he wanted to prove a point about being the best mid lane in the tournament. Yep. I feel like winning this 1v1 tournament is a pretty fair statement.
Yeah, a pretty big statement indeed, Yamato. And he's almost there, only in the semi-finals right now. If he wins this, he'll be up against Seiya, another mid laner. So
yeah.
I think the story writes itself on that one. Kira trading off with Optimus, both level 5, the exhaust comes down. So has the flash on Optimus, but he's out of mana.
The fact that the cleanse is down when they're about to tick level 6, Optimus, if he can get a recall in, he could potentially all in with the flash.
Why did Kira cleanse there? Was it to get out of range of the exhaust?
The exhaust, yeah.
I felt like it was a wrong decision simply because Optimus was out of mana.
Yeah,
he didn't have enough to kill Kira at this point in time.
I agree.
Yeah. There's yeah, Kira has his ultimate though. Really bad in the trade situation though. Needs to try and get it on Optimus. Outside of that.
Yeah, this is going to come down to if the exhaust connects on Optimus during a trade, or if the ultimate from Optimus, the Petrifying Gaze, can catch Kira by surprise. But it's only during this window where the cleanse is down.
Yeah. So Kira basically just needs to play this safe. Like, as long as he pushes the in.
That.
Great ultimate. The E as well. That was actually some pretty good chunk damage. One tower shot. It's actually okay for the trade.
Of course, Optimus is about to tick towards that next level of his passive where he gets the spell vamp, and the sustain does increase exponentially.
Yeah, Kira backing off here. He has a large CS advantage, so he can play the farm game if he wants to. Kira very low on mana, so does not want to go for a trade or be caught in one. Optimus has his flash here. Kira needs to be very
opportunity.
careful
Level 7 though.
Yeah. As soon as Kira turns his face towards Optimus, we may see just a reaction ultimate. But while Optimus was trying to look for the trade, the minions were being chunked down. He's got no mana now. Goes for the relic, gets it. Kira still getting so much chunk damage onto Optimus. Optimus has to leave. He's got to go back.
Yeah, he had to recall before that trade even happened. He's starting to lose very heavily in minions. It's now 60 about to tick over for Kira, and trading just then, forcing yourself back, it's just wasting time where the cleanse is not available.
I agree with the mindset though of Optimus, because he was looking for the ultimate as soon as Kira turns towards him, but it was just that he focused so much on that. Kira was just like, okay, I'm going to shoot you until you find your opportunity.
It feels like Optimus has identified the problem that he doesn't have enough mana to kill Kira, so he goes for the Tear of the Goddess. But then again, Tear of the Goddess is something that slowly stacks on a map like this.
Why not Catalyst?
Not too sure.
Yeah, okay, yeah, guys, why would you not go Catalyst or even Chalice, like over Tear?
Sure, there's a price difference, but I feel like the Mana Crystal and the boots is a fine buy as well.
Yeah, actually I would just leave it at the Mana Crystal, yeah.
Yeah, because we've seen multiple people go for Tear now, and they didn't quite get it. But still, here's a mana regen, so that's what it says on the tin. Kira has the Hex Drinker now. It's going to pay off if we get into a trade. Cleanse is only 1/4 cooldown remaining, so Optimus's window is closing.
Oh, he missed it.
That is huge for this matchup.
47 to 72 as well.
This is actually crushing.
I felt like the big window was when Kira was out of mana, was level 6, but Optimus just pushed for the all-in at the time when Kira reached level 7. And now with the Hex Drinker in play, I don't feel like Optimus can take this anymore.
No, 20 CS remaining until Kira just nets the win on farm alone. Optimus, I don't think his ultimate is going to be up in time. And now the cleanse is coming off cooldown.
Yeah, this
I don't know what
dangerous.
you do, and I think the tower's just going to actually die. Kira he could literally just go all in on this tower. Exhaust comes out, Optimus is going to shove him away. This could be Optimus's window though.
Chance.
Will he do it? 2 games in a row. Kira, does he have his dash? He gets towards it. The Phantom is out. Oh, but the exhaust in return. Kira now trading off. He just needs to back away.
Oof. Very, very close stuff. A very good exhaust from Kira. The cleanse is available, and Optimus doesn't even have his ult, so I don't actually know if it's going to do anything. 81 CS though to 50, and the turret is super low. All Kira needs to do is force Optimus back once, and the game is over.
Kira can back whenever he wants. Sorry, Mato, go ahead.
He still has the Hex Drinker proc. That is what we have to watch out for. I think that is the big reason why Kira's deciding to stay here, because Optimus, even though he has the tier, 400 mana, it is not enough to kill a Thorn Shield Hex Drinker Lucian.
You can just auto push, honestly.
Yeah, he can auto push, he can go for farm, he can go for tower. Optimus looking for the trade, lands a Twin Fangs. Trying to get in range, the poison has one off and needs to land on the one. Optimus now out of mana. Kira looking for the kill, taking a bunch of damage from these minions though. Kira playing with fire. I think he can just play this safe.
No summoners available for Optimus, so Kira does have to recall, you would imagine. And this is still his game to lose.
Yeah. Like, how do you win now as Optimus? Like, those 2 opportunities where he looked for the all-ins, he just simply didn't have enough damage, or his mana just let him down.
He dives. That's all there's left to do.
But last time I said he couldn't win, he pulled out a victory against Lulu with 1 million health. So I feel like Optimus still has a chance in this game. If anyone's going to do it, it will be him.
I feel like it's a question if Kira can handle the pressure, because at this point I feel like he can smell the victory.
How low is that tower, by the way? Can he just walk up and tap it?
200.
It's a bit risky, yeah, unless minions in there. But Optimus needs to get in lane like really quickly, because if Kira lands a double tap and the tower's gone.
If this pushes Optimus away, it's very smart of Optimus to not let them get to the turret.
Yeah, he actually had to tank the killing, because if he didn't, the tower's going to die.
Has the sustain we've been talking about, has the mana as well, can just put down the poison on the wave and keep Eing to get the HP back.
Optimus has ult, Kira has cleanse. This is the opportunity, he'll have to ult now. Oh, doesn't get the stun off, and Kira turns around and will just blast him with the double pistols.
Optimus has to win this trade. He has to go back in.
He needs to land the Q. As soon as he lands the Q, he has to just go all in on Kira. Doesn't have the flash, so Kira with the E, if he just disengages... This is the time, he lands the Q.
This is such a...
Doesn't get the miasma, Kira turns around, looks for the trade. Has to back off,
no
Optimus
choice.
has to go for the E. I think that went on cooldown. Q comes in. 2 CS remaining. Kira doesn't get that one. The Hex Drinker has been popped. Exhaust
just last hit. Oh my god, he
that
missed the
minions
cannon.
two
So
more.
tense. Kira with the dual
Goes in for the double
Berettas.
tap, the exhaust comes out, has
That's
been
it.
left out. Oh, 100 CS. Kira, he's in the grand finals.
Kira is a man with a strategy, that's for sure. He set his win condition at 30 CS, and that's what he went for.
Double Berettas, putting all them whole in minion sweaters. Pretty good. 100 CS. I love that. As the further we get into this 1v1 tournament, the more we see the consistent strategies.
That was intense.
The players are coming with a plan. Stick to the plan, and it makes sense.
Yeah, but then you can screw up the plan if you just go cheese on the other side. And Saya, this is a best of 3 now. So both players, we need to see if they have anything else in their back pockets and whether Kira's been holding anything back.
2 mid laners, but they're both playing AD carries. It's going to be very